This Reddit mod is called
Dude, this Reddit mod looks the most Reddit mod like. I feel like we should have a Wikipedia entry. Bro, I will be honest with you. If you ever have a hairline just this, just shave it. Okay? I guarantee you will just shave it and grow a beard. Just like a little beard over here. You will look perfect. It's going to be fine. Okay? Just that's what you have to do. Get rid of it. You don't need this kind of bullshit. What if he can't grow one? But clearly he can't because he has like the shadow.
Congress because he lost his job as a Reddit mod.
Oh,
I
no.
have never seen a stereotype more true in my life.
No, because he's shaved. He doesn't have the thing.
This guy's entire life revolves around being a Reddit mod, and he is doing his absolute best to destroy it. Because just within the span of a few weeks, this former Reddit mod went from getting...
Oh my god. Really, that's his head.
Jesus, this man have least hair than me and is younger.
Oh no. Former Twitch staff of 4 years. Oh no.
Kicked off his own...
Oh, he's from San Francisco. Oh, I understand everything now. You don't even have to continue it any further. I get everything.
Community to, I guess, making phone calls to the U.S. Congress like he's uncovering some sort of like online conspiracy. And somehow this wasn't even a meltdown in his head. This was his mission to make people see what only he could see.
Hello, Spez, Mr. CEO of Reddit. I hope you have received this public video.
This is a caricature. I am unwilling to believe that this is real. No, I actually am unwilling to believe. No, this is a caricature of a person. This is not real. This is sarcastic.
I have created and sent to you via your email. This video is about a top.
Oh my god. He's actually like Tips Fedora lady.
Topic of deadly seriousness.
Oh, no.
I was the top moderator of your #1 gaming subreddit, r/livestreamfail, before I was recently removed from that position by the Reddit Code of Conduct team.
So...
No way. This is real. He's serious. He's like having like the little sulking toddler posture. No way. No way.
If you spent any time watching live streams on whatever platform, chances are you've already came...
I don't believe that. This has to be a role play. He's like an actor and he's just really good at his job or something. This cannot be real. I don't believe that.
Across the subreddit called r/livestreamfail. Usually it just goes by LSF. It's been around for years and has grown into this...
Dude, this is too good.
It's kind of like main
Holy
hub
shit.
on Reddit for everything related to streaming. For example, when something goes down on a stream, like a ban, a fight, a meltdown, LSF is usually where it surfaces.
Pirate software, Misgive, Pirate software, Misgive, Hassan, Misgive.
Is first, and where it gets amplified and then, you know, spread on Twitter and then YouTube videos and so on and so on. So naturally, the people overseeing this, and especially the head moderator, ends up with...
He's the head modiest moderator ever moderated. It's actually insane. Wow. I am so impressed right now.
a decent amount of influence, you know, since they're not just removing spam or enforcing the basic...
If only I could look that good. Yeah, beautiful.
rules, but they're also in a position to somehow kind of like shape what people end up seeing, what gains traction, and what quietly disappears before most people even notice it was posted. And that person, since late 2024, was a guy who goes by Stale2000, whose real name is Brian, but I guess he also has a secondary account called Tarot Card, which, you know, we haven't covered anything here recently that ended badly that was in relation to tarot cards. Absolutely not. But it's safe to say this guy's run as a mod here has been quite controversial way before any of this happened. Because right when he got his position as head moderator...
It's fine. I'm sure he was a nice person and he was fair and he loved his people and he was a good leader, showing example to everyone.
Back in September 2024,
right?
Several other mods went public almost immediately, and they asked the community to move to a backup subreddit and accused Stale of refusing to step down after the whole team voted to remove him, essentially citing what they described as a pattern of power abuse. So when you're accused of...
Bro, there is nothing worse than trying to argue with a nice guy. It's like... oh my god. I don't know, man. They freaked me the fuck out.
Power abuse. What do you do?
Oh.
Well, apparently his response was to kick the entire team and replace them with his own people. Bro, that's like straight out of the dictator handbook. And even a detailed document outlining his conduct was sent to Reddit's admins, though publicly, nothing really came of it. Like, it didn't really take off and stayed in place. Nowadays, there are two different subreddits running. Livestream Fail, which is, I guess, the original one, and then Livestream Fails with an S that never really managed to succeed. Then, March 2025 rolls around and a new mod team comes in. And this one, you know, the one he assembled after the first purge, I guess you could call it, they essentially start having the same issues with him. But this time, things got a lot more heated because the new team found evidence that one of the moderators that Stale had added
Power mod. God, I want to be a power mod. I want to have the title under my belt.
I guess someone who was described as a power mod because he was running like 200 subreddits at the same time.
Jesus Christ, how do you humanly moderate so many subreddits? Ain't no way. Like, you wake up and you just go through hundreds of Reddits every single day.
He had some very bad and inappropriate interactions with under 18s, allegedly.
Oh.
You know, I'm just trying to tiptoe around this
Of course. Hey, Mr.
XDD.
Bite!
without getting the video smited. That's at least my understanding of what
course.
happened. But when they brought it to Stale, according to their account, he sat on it and did nothing. And I guess when they pressed him on why, he admitted that at least part of the reason was he was worried that if he removed this guy, it might put his own standing at risk. Apparently, this guy's priorities are completely mixed up. But the moderators eventually approached the power mod directly and got him to step down voluntarily. Stale, however, responded by thanking him on the way out and then firing the mod team for making a fuss about the whole thing. Excuse me, what?
You know, now I'm sort of dreading how the moderation team must look like. If there is only one person who looks like that and is like that, how many others are like that?
Yeah, that's just not someone you want on your moderating team. What do you mean, make it a fuss about it? So essentially, you have two complete
All of them? Oh no. Zyron, I think we should hire some nice guys into the moderation team. It would be really good for the stream, you know? The more receding the hairline, the better the combo were.
For groups of moderators
I'm
who
already-
rallied against Stale, who now had the same fate. They just got deleted from the
Hell
server
yeah.
because they had problems with them. So now we fast forward until early January 2026, and a new project starts, I guess, making noise online. And this is called $1 Million Fan. The idea is pretty simple.
What,
A
me?
bunch of content creators and their fans would compete head-to-head in a luxury mansion in Canada with an absolute enormous prize pool of $20 million. It was supposed to be developed for Prime
It's okay, lads. Don't worry. I will win that for us. Okay? I can do it. 20 mil. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Video with,
I can do
you know,
it.
filming planned for November of 2026. And for scale, I mean, Mr. Beast's game show, which has also been produced and distributed by Prime, had a smaller prize. So right away, the numbers
Dang.
alone are massive. And a handful of streamers got behind it publicly. And on the top of r/livestream fail, a pin post appeared promoting it. And this was put there by Stale himself. And he said later that he'd reached out to the show's organizers on his own because he personally thought the project was interesting and wanted LSF to be a part of it, but still assured he wasn't paid to promote it. However, given the scale of the project, it was never going to stay contained to LSF. So once the pin post went up, $1 Million fans started drawing attention outside of the subreddit. And when the broader internet caught wind of it, they began digging. And what they found was definitely not reassuring, to put it lightly, because the front page of their website contained a mansion photo that was an AI-generated stock image. The
But obviously.
company behind the show had been incorporated through one of the cheapest registration services in British Columbia, and the listed address was right beside a falafel shop.
Oh my god, that's the best falafel? A best in the city. Oh my god. I love shawarma. I'm going right now. So trustworthy, man. Just hit me up. I'm already going. Yeah, the best falafel, man.
So it just didn't make sense. Then on top of that, the domain itself was registered in Iceland. And then suddenly, other things started to change. The
Well, you know, it's like Canada, it's cold, Iceland, ice in the word. Obviously.
Price amount had apparently
Same.
shifted at some point. The main website said $20 million, but now suddenly it was $10 million. There was just a lot of things that didn't line up here. But an interesting find here was the fine print, because a section of the official rules appeared to have just been copy-pasted from Omaze, which used to be like this celebrity sweepstakes company that did like a whole bunch of like Lambo giveaways, and they just gave away everything. So it's like, why is this copy-pasted from Omaze? And that company was shut down, by the way, for a whole bunch of lawsuits. But the Culver City P.O. box used for copyright claims was the same one Omaze had listed. And the company's name in the document was written as $1 Million Fan Reality Show Incorporate. Actually, there was two incorporates.
We have one incorporate. Have you considered the second incorporate?
$1 Million Fan Reality Show 1 Incorporate. What?
I have no idea. Where is this story going?
Then you have one section which just seemed like ChatGPT was drafting notes, which also included some like weird note to how to frame payment language and dispute with credit card processors.
Scared.
So it's like, what is this website? What's going on here? Whatever it
Are
is.
you telling me that I am not indeed going to win my $20 million that was promised to me? Is that where this is going? That I am not eligible for my 20 million?
It was very sloppy. We're using this comment for reference because that original website is no longer up. But the only sponsors anyone could identify were a handful of affiliate links, a supplement brand, and LSF itself.
It's not even gamer subs. I don't even want it.
So that's interesting. But nobody could track down who was behind the whole thing or where the $20 million were actually coming from. So naturally, people started saying that this looked like a scam. And on Reddit, Stale started deleting those comments. So then on January 13th, the $1 Million Fan website went offline without any warning or explanation. Within the same few days though, every social media account associated with the project was either deleted or wiped clean. And at that point, Critical had already put out a video before the shutdown, calling the show suspicious and walking through the red flags. But
do you guys remember the Fire Festival? It reminds me a little bit of that, when they were like, oh yeah, you will be on that island and you will have your own little thing and it's all going to be fancy and you will have like these special wallets and it will be so many people. It was just like a tent with a pre-made sandwich and a bottle of water and whatnot, and everyone got stuck there.
Once the site disappeared, he followed up, pointing out that everything about the collapse was consistent with what he described.
And it pertains to last night's video about the $20 million reality TV show called The $1 Million Fan Show. I speculated that it was a big scam, and a lot of Twitch streamers had been publicly put on the website. Some had even made announcements about their endorsement of the $1 Million Fan Show, and nothing about it seemed legitimate. But last night on stream, like 45 minutes after I posted the video,
it's real to me. My 20 million. It is mine. Please, Charlie.
they took their website down.
It's real to me.
Then I was checking their other ancillary and all of that is removed.
Then back on Reddit, the conversation had shifted almost entirely from the show to the mod who pinned it. So people were formally reporting Stale to Reddit's admin team, asking whether he had been compensated and arguing that using a moderator position to promote an outside project was a direct violation of Reddit's rules. So 2 days later, Reddit's code of conduct team concluded the investigation and removed Stale from the LSF mod team. And this wasn't only his main account, this was also his secondary account, which was Tarot Card, and apparently had a third account called the Positivity Patrol as well. All of them were removed. So I guess just after a year,
That's a red flag. Calling yourself the Positivity Patrol. Oh, wow. Are you not positive? Straight to jail. You're having a bad day? Into the gulag with you.
his run on Livestream Fail was completely done. Now, this is where things start going downhill. Because on the same day he was removed, he uploaded a video to YouTube addressing Reddit's CEO, Steve Huffman, also known as Spez. And he, it's safe to say he went viral, to put it lightly. For all the wrong reasons. This is a crazy video.
Hello, Spez. I hope you have received this public video that I have created and sent to you via your email. This video is about a topic of deadly seriousness.
No, I'm with him. I'm focused. I'm logged in. He's deadly serious. I'm deadly serious. We are so deadly serious.
And that is Reddit moderation and the state of your platform. I became a Reddit moderator for
Oh, you know, someone was 9 months pregnant for this. Someone carried a baby for 9 months just to give birth to a Reddit moderator. Oh, man.
one reason. And that is because I think that Reddit communities and correspondingly its moderators have massive power and influence. And for some reason,
I like the little touch of glow. It looks really magical.
nobody seems to notice, care, or take this seriously. To summarize, Reddit moderators should be treated like celebrities or influencers.
I'm sorry. What? Hello? What? Oh, okay. Just simply. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not like the Queen of England? Might as well put your face on a coin or something.
Not because they deserve respect or anything, but because they actually have real power and influence.
Again, I have never seen a
Wow. You know, I bet that he must be a very loving boyfriend. He definitely doesn't have any red flags whatsoever.
stereotype more true than this. But for some reason, he also defended Million Dollar Fan, saying there was no definitive evidence that it was a scam. And he took a direct shot at Critical for what he felt was irresponsible coverage.
He looks like the kind of person who has a blow-up doll, and that's the girlfriend, and he just like talks to it. It's like a freaking Hatsune Miku blow-up doll.
And after that, Stale and Critical had this like small back and forth with a couple of response videos. And it was one of those follow-ups that Stale actually made an argument that was slightly more interesting than his original one. Because here he pointed out that he'd been able to run Livestream Fail for over a year with what he described as near dictatorial control. And for the most part, nobody above him stepped in. And that's not a small admission because, you know, what he essentially was arguing was, if I had all of this unchecked power, imagine who else does.
If we're worried about bias,
He's having the healing energies. You can tell by the green glow and the crystals. He's channeling the healing energies. Like the chakras are like all fueled up.
I promise you that there are way bigger fish to fry, that I'm not sure that brand deals for community events is really the biggest danger out there.
There are no qualifications to be a Reddit mod.
You're right. Maybe because there are no
He's turning yellow. Oh no, he's charging up.
such qualifications. This is why we're seeing all the problems that we see. Reddit is a $50 billion company.
Once it turns red, it's so over for you. You're gonna fucking die. Laser.
That moderators have power over. Maybe not as much power as an overly invested, egotistical power mod as myself might like to believe, but power nonetheless. And most Reddit moderators are completely unqualified, biased, power hungry, and are doing a bad job. And Reddit isn't doing anything to fix it.
Unlike me, because I am perfect and I'm the most important moderator ever moderated here. Wow.
Maybe it should.
But I guess what he didn't understand was that's what all of the mods previously were accusing him of doing. So it's kind of like, okay, you just proved their point, dude. And to be fair, I mean, Reddit has had recurring issues with moderator overreach for years now. For example, just a couple of months before this whole situation, a single mod on the r/art subreddit locked the entire community after an artist posted about selling their own prints. And apparently they only reopened the subreddit after Reddit staff stepped in. So even though some of the points Stale was making...
Oh, you're doing art? Wow, you're trying to make money out of it? Disgusting! Why don't you just be a nice, good artist and starve to death?
Could be true.
Fair enough.
I'm not sure he's the right messenger. And that's when he made things even worse because he decided
Frick
to call
yeah.
Congress. Like, literally. Dude, what are they gonna do? What? I guess the second he realized there was some sort of backlash and the videos maybe weren't landing the way he probably expected, he uploaded a video talking about the...
Oh my god. Oh, he's a gem. Please, can we put him into like resin or amber or something and keep it for the future? Oh my god.
the 4 levels of irony, which sounds a little bit like a pivot to me, but, you know, then a month later, he starts calling Congress. Again, what are they going to do? You are a Reddit mod. I mean, ex-Reddit mod. What is Congress?
You know, he's the type of person who would say that, hey, I deserve to be a celebrity.
You can't even begin to understand the levels of irony he is under.
Now, I think he would be like, you know what? Because he's the most important moderator, Emiru should date him. You know, it's only fair. He's the kind of person who would say like, oh my god, I give Emiru her career because I allowed her clips to be posted onto LSF. You know? Abby, please.
Have anything to do
So
with
true.
a Reddit mod. Like, if you want to be a Reddit mod so bad, just make your own subreddit. But in February, almost a whole month after this video,
Oh, that's a wonderful idea, Sku. It was sarcasm. I was being sarcastic. That was sarcasm.
Stale started posting a series of videos
Please.
making phone calls to government officials. Now, to understand why that even happened, back in November, executives from Reddit, Twitch, Discord, and Steam had been called on the front of the House Oversight Committee for a closed-door session about extremist content on their platforms. Those sessions were transcribed, and the transcripts are supposed to be released to the public at some point. So Stale had decided to try to make that happen by himself.
Can you imagine that they're trying to remove you as a Reddit mod and you just call the Congress? Like, who does that? Say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just going to call the government of the United fucking States to complain and whine about how important I am.
Let's make the call.
House Committee on
Oh, that hairline is so... Wow. Dude, he has the casting couch.
Oversight and Government.
Hi, I'm calling back about getting some transcripts for an unreleased kind of event that happened. There was meetings with...
I can't get over the hairline. That's... You know, I am not the kind of person who believes in that kind of shit, but what if sometimes the more rotten someone's soul is, it like impacts your shell, you know? What if it's like the rot is like pushes out the hair follicles so that your soul matches the way you look?
companies like
Oh my god, you know how he looks like? Oh my god, I just realized it. Like the enemy dude from the Smurfs. Like that bad witch dude, I don't know his name. Oh my god, that's him. Yeah, Gargamel. Or I don't know how to say his name in English. That's what he is.
Twitch and,
Oh my
and
God.
Discord. And were these ever released? This is about a couple months ago.
Oh, no.
Somebody told me to call back today.
So apparently, after being removed from the subreddit, he convinced himself that the closed-door meeting transcripts might contain something significant, possibly discussions about the platform moderation that hadn't been made public yet. So he started treating them less like common
Must be
government
true.
records and more like hidden evidence to help him make a case for himself somehow. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I don't understand his mission. But he called for 3 consecutive days, working his way through different staffers and officials each time.
This is the reason why all the customer support is being replaced by AI. This is it, gentlemen. This is why we cannot talk to humans.
Asking them to release what he was calling the Twitch and Reddit files. And at least by the 3rd day, someone told him the committee was aware of his request and we're looking into it.
Hi, I'm calling back to see...
I swear to God, he has less and less hair. The more the days go by, I see less and less hair.
about an update of something that I called about previously.
What
Some
the
meetings
fuck?
with internet companies like Twitch and Reddit, and I think people forgot to release the transcripts.
I believe you talked about the staffer Peter.
Yep.
I believe, and we got back with the team, and they're currently they are aware of that.
Oh,
So
no.
That's the update I have for you now, but they are aware.
Okay, so they are aware. Were they, just to ask, did they forget before, or like, was it just like in the works, or is they just working on it?
It's just in there. I don't have an answer for you, but they are aware.
Awesome.
So apparently, contact
They're cooking. Don't worry, dude. They will definitely get back to you. Do not threat.
in the government is pretty common. But in this context, it just made it kind of funny. So in the end, Stale situation.
I just can't believe he wouldn't wear a hat, you know? Or like do anything to just attempt to look human and less of a stereotype.
Turned out to be
Yeah,
multiple stories,
anything.
which kind of overlap that I wanted to
A
cover.
toupee, a wig, just literally whatever.
You obviously have the
cat.
$1 million fan side, which doesn't make sense whatsoever. You have the
Oh, no.
moderation history, and then finally you have all of his hypocrisy. But either way, the dude, I guess, just destroyed his dream life of being a Reddit mod because he was a little bit too...
You don't understand. He was born for this job. What is he going to do now? He's literally the picture. If you Google Reddit mod, he comes up. What is he if he's not a Reddit mod? You can't say that, but it's true. Oh my god. Oh, what is he going to do now? Now I feel concerned for him.
Power hungry.
Oh my god. Fucking hell.